Jade.
Ryan. Virgo season. Oh God, man! Like, yo, this. All right. Pardon
We
my
see it.
early 2000s look, but I'm in a moment. I'm in a mood. I'm in a mood. Okay. All right. Knicks gang, Knicks tape, all that, all that, all that. All right. We're recording on Friday night, so if y'all are aware, I don't know what happens in the game tonight, but we taking it. We taking it. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. We taking it. We take it. All right. So anyway. I come here with good and bad news. Good and bad news. All right.
Mm-hmm.
This week I don't got much time, so I can't give y'all an episode.
Mm-hmm.
All right. However, us being Virgos, we're
Mm-hmm.
workhorses. So I said I can't just leave the people hanging. So what we doing? This episode is probably gonna be called something like Quick Bites or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But since we ain't gonna have a show, we're gonna talk about all the things we would have talked about if we did have a show. That's what we're doing. That's what we doing. Welcome to Virgo
Yo,
season.
first of all, you were giving me Fabulous. I feel like Fabulous had this very look on in a music
Listen, he
video.
probably got
I'm
it
here
on
for
right
it.
now. He probably got it on
I'm
right now.
here for it. You are definitely taking me back in the day when jerseys and what do they call it? Snapbacks? Is that what they were called?
Yeah, but
Or
this one is a
fitteds?
full blown fitted. Yeah, word.
Okay, jerseys and fitteds were like the move, and if you didn't rock one, then you just
Yeah,
wasn't, you
yeah.
wasn't it.
He wasn't official
So I
at all.
appreciate your willingness to give us that on behalf of your beloved Knicks.
Yeah, and I haven't bought a new one since I've lost all these pounds, so it's giving a little. It's
I'm not
giving
gonna
a
hold you.
little.
In the beginning, it looked like you looked like one of them little boys who was trying to show his mom,
Uh
like,
huh.
look,
Uh
mommy,
huh.
look what I'm
Uh
wearing
huh.
right now.
I
I'm
look.
all for it.
I look
I'm
like
all
I'm
for
wearing a
it.
Knicks moo. That's what I look like I'm wearing.
You do, you do. You should give it to your wife when you're done, so she can make it into something
Oh
cute, like a
nah,
cute dress. She could
she will
take in
not.
the
She
sides.
will not defile my jersey. Nope. Nope. She will
She's
not.
not defiling it. She's making it better,
Mm-hmm.
fashionable.
Anyway, we got to get
All right.
to it
Yeah, we got
because
to get to it.
I'm out of here.
You got to, yeah. Okay.
Mm.
So, with that being said, it's a lot of trash, and that's all we're gonna focus on this week. I don't have no good news. Unfortunately, this is all just the bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna start with the. Actually, no, I do have good news. I do have good news. So we're gonna start with that. Tory
Mm-hmm.
Lanez was stabbed in prison 14 times.
Okay, I shouldn't be laughing, but
Now I'm not.
sorry. Sorry.
Now that's not good news per se because,
It's
like,
not. It's not.
human life, yada yada yada. I care more for his life than he did for the well-being of Megan Thee Stallion, but I'm a better person than he is, so whatever.
Yikes.
But on Monday, May 12th, at the current facility that he is in, he was stabbed 14 times, allegedly in his back 7 times, 4 times in his torso, the back of his head twice, and the left side of his face 1 time.
Mm.
Reports have gone out that his lungs had reportedly collapsed. He was rushed to an outside hospital. Initial reports said he was in fair condition. Instagram post said later that his condition was improving. He was breathing on his own, talking normally, in good spirits, and thankful to be pulling through despite being in pain. Allegedly, the alleged attacker was Santino Casio, 42, an inmate serving a life sentence for second-degree murder with previous convictions for in-prison assaults, including with a deadly weapon. He's been placed in restricted housing. Listen, what goes around comes around. Karma is a bitch.
Yikes. Yeah, you said all the words. You said all the words. This is a quick bite, and so yeah, I'm gonna let you have that. And yeah, that's what we would have been droning on and on and on about if we were going to do a full episode. But this is a quick bite.
This is a quick bite, and then I would have briefly mentioned, because I'm gonna briefly mention it. Just like all men are trash, Chris Brown decided that he was going to post free Tory on his Instagram story. I don't know who Megan's ancestors are, but they said not too quick. Not so fast, buddy.
Not so quick.
Not so quick. We're not freeing Tory. We're just going to have you join him. So when that little idiot landed in England, in the UK, they arrested him for a 2023 assault that took place where he threw a beer bottle at somebody else. And now he is currently being held in jail in the UK until June 13th. Now, what makes this funny is, because we're going to move right on after this, what makes this hilarious is typically when people have criminal records or something facing them, visas are not granted. The UK said, oh, we shall grant this visa so you can come over here and we can lock you up. And to that I say, cheerio, beans and toast.
So I don't know what the truth is on that. Do you need a visa to go to the UK? I don't know.
Now you do.
But
now you do.
Listen, see, I didn't know anything about that. But you know, my ancestors are talking for me as well, because if y'all remember a couple episodes back, I was very reluctant on going to this show. The foreign leg of it starts on June 8th, but he is currently detained until June 13th.
Yeah.
So let's just there was like bail who? Bail where?
Bail what?
Like,
Absolutely not.
It's not happening.
The universe said, you want to free Tory so bad, how about we put y'all in the same situation? Now y'all can conjugal visits and all that at the same time.
So I don't know what's going to happen, but the show that I'm supposed to be going with my wife is in August. So, you know, it don't do me no never mind if they just run me my cash back. You know, it just run me the cash. I could. You know, it's coming right close to the September, which is Virgo season. You know, I got to buy myself a new, because that's also Apple season.
Yeah,
it's time. It's time.
No,
you
listen,
know, so
the universe is gonna respond to you one way or the other. So
either
we coming into more money, or you know, you have to cancel the show because UK is gonna say clink clink,
clank clank. Oh, speaking of which, more money. I got a raise today, so you know. Round of applause.
It
just means that I could buy like an extra bag of chips, but you know, it's still that's what they calling it. You know,
listen, a raise is a raise. Okay, we're gonna continue on with trash. This week Diddy's trial took place, and
it's still happening. By the way,
it's still happening. But what I meant to say was, Cassandra Ventura took the stand this week in the Diddy trial, and the things that we learned about Diddy. I truly did not need to know.
I could have went my whole life without knowing. I could tell. I didn't even know one of those things was a thing, but you know.
Like, I could have gone my whole life, the children I don't have's whole lives, without knowing about what was happening in the bedroom of Diddy and Cassie. Now, let me be very clear. Diddy is not on trial for being a freak. Okay, I need y'all to get that clear, because a lot of y'all are out here defending him like, well, this is what it's all about then. Like, I'm a freak too, lock me up. That's not why he's on trial, you idiots. He is on trial for racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation for the purpose of prostitution. The reason Cassandra Ventura is testifying is because the prosecution is trying to build a case. They're trying to show you that this is something that he does consistently. This is a part of his character. It has nothing to do with the man liking Cassie rubbing other men's semen on his nipples. That has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with the fact that he likes to have men pee in his women's mouths. This has nothing to do with him being a freak. It just has to do with the fact that his character is being called into question. And on top of those things that he was doing, because again, we don't harsh nobody's yum. Right? Isn't that what you said? You don't yuck nobody's yum?
Yuck nobody.
We don't yuck nobody's yum. If that's what they like, we love it. However, on top of that, Cassie was also abused, and she spoke to that, okay? The man's going to jail. I don't know.
Really and truly, like, the bigger thing here is that he got his enterprise involved in all of the so-called doings, allegedly. And so with the business being a part of this thing, it now becomes the RICO charge that they are trying to get him on, which will lock him under the jail forever. This man, the way this is shaping up, is he's shaping up to be a little bit more diabolical than the one and only Bill Cosby, it seems. So I don't know.
Because Cassie said he would keep her on drugs. She was on all kinds of drugs. They would have these drug-fueled multi-day sexual encounters that we all know as the freak-offs, that would involve escorts and other participants. He basically isolated her. He humiliated her. He threatened to release sex tapes of her if she didn't do the things in which he wanted her to do. Also, he preyed on this woman when she was 19 years old.
19.
And I need y'all to stop. Is it Uchiwali or is it One Mic? I'm bringing that back, because when Shannon Sharp was out here doing what he was doing with that little light bright 19-year-old, y'all told me that was a baby and Shannon Sharp should have known better. Now
Yeah.
that it's Cassie, y'all are telling me that Cassie was grown and she should have known better. Is it Uchi Wally? But they're two light brights now. These are both light brights. So what is it?
I'm gonna need one thing I will say though is y'all are weird,
Weird.
especially a lot of women coming to the defense of this man, which is crazy to me. At the end of the day, yes, maybe some of it was consensual, but at the same time, I done told y'all about this business. This guy basically put her in a position where she felt like she had to do certain things in order to survive, in order to progress. Also, when you're in a DV relationship, your brain does not function that well. You're so jacked up in the brain that you're not going to function. I'm speaking from witnessing this with multiple people. So let's not and pretend like this didn't happen, because just get to know and understand what a domestic violence relationship is and how long it takes for people to leave and get the courage to leave. And a lot of the times, people don't get to leave alive. Okay, so I know this is supposed to be a quick bite or whatever, but the man allegedly blew up Kid Cudi's car. All right.
No, that was. I mean, they. I think that was. I don't
So
think that's alleged anymore. I think
I'm
that has
supposed to
been.
say alleged, right? That's
Oh,
what they tell
okay.
us we're
Oh,
supposed to say,
okay.
right? And then we got Dawn Richard coming up. We got Aubrey O'Day coming up, which if it goes the way that I'm thinking, that's it for Diddy. That's it for Diddy.
I just also want to say to your point about y'all being weird, he's not going to pick you. Okay.
Mm,
If he's free, you are not
mm,
getting picked. He
mm,
is not signing. Bad Boy's not going to have a resurgence, and he's not going to sign your uncle that's had a hip hop dream since 1997. Okay.
mm.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Stop coddling our monsters. We doing it with Chris Brown. Y'all are doing it with Tory Lanez. Y'all are now doing it with Diddy. I saw a woman online who was a Christian that said that Jesus also died for Diddy's sins. And I want y'all to be so
Wow.
for real. Okay? I want
Wow.
y'all to
Wow.
be so
Wow.
for real. It's like, because
Wow.
I know for
Oh
a fact,
man.
Jesus, Demarcus Christ, sat up on his
Oh my
throne
God.
when that woman said Jesus died for Diddy's sins, and he pulled a Nene Leakes and said, now how I get in it? Because he ain't got nothing to do with this. He ain't got nothing to do
Wild.
with this.
Wild.
I just need to make that point because we're not gonna belabor it, but like y'all are weird. Y'all are weird.
So obviously we don't understand how to do this because this was supposed to be quick bites.
Okay, okay.
We're not gonna belabor it. We belabored it. We belabored the shit out of that. Anyway, go. What else you got?
And more right now, men are trash. Halle Bailey gets a restraining order against DDG because he allegedly put his hands on her. She has been granted a restraining order against her ex-boyfriend, rapper and YouTuber DDG. The order was issued by a Los Angeles judge, mandates that DDG must stay at least 100 yards away from Bailey and their 17-month-old son, Halle, until a hearing scheduled for June 6th. There were photos of bruises on Halle's arm.
Yes.
There were text messages in which he alleged that she was on vacation with Brent. I don't know how to say that boy's last name.
Fires.
Fayez.
Mhm.
And when he was like, "Oh, this what you want? I'm about to be on this too." She also alleges that one day he broke into her house and her bed wasn't made up of some shit, and he basically alluded to the fact that she was entertaining other men in her home, and how he got upset when her and the baby were sick, and she did not allow him full access into her house. Let me tell you. Let
Mm-mm.
me be 100% clear. I want somebody to punch him in his face, not Soldier Boy, because for some reason Soldier Boy decided that he was going to insert himself into this whole mix,
Oh
but
boy.
from the beginning of their relationship, to me and to a lot of people, we have said that DDG they were not evenly yoked. There was some sort of jealousy that was going on with him. He took moments to embarrass her.
Right.
And he just never seemed like he was fully supportive of her star being bigger than his. And make no mistake about this, I
Yeah.
know you streamers and YouTubers love him. He is not a Halle Bailey.
It's literally all the telltale signs. Hey, we always talk about them red flags and all of that stuff. All those signs of a DV relationship was exactly what he was doing. All the controlling behavior, all of that type of stuff. If you go back to what you said earlier, how he has to stay 100 feet away and all that, that means she has temporarily full custody of this
Yes.
child, and that could be for the best. I don't know. I also saw pictures of her tooth that was chipped and all of that.
Yes.
This is crazy business. I don't condone this in any shape or form. So I can't rock or defend this man in any way. Not that I would want to, but like, no, it's not happening.
Also, we already know what the playbook is going to be. He's going to get on his stream. He's going to say something that's going to rile up the 12-year-olds who love him and idolize him. To that, I say, if you are a mother or a father and you have a child who follows Diddy, unplug the Wi-Fi.
Mm,
Unplug the Wi-Fi because your
mm.
kids are being red pilled by other black men. Especially because he allowed this guy, Aiden Ross, who, if I ever come across that idiot, to get in his ear, y'all gotta stop. He does this every time. He did it when Halle was sick, when Halle and Halle was sick, and he was like, I just want to be a father to my son. Your child has whooping cough. What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
What are we like? It's
Yeah.
stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. And to you idiots who are like, well, you know, this is out of his character. I've said this before. I'm going to say this again. Serial killers have families too.
Mm, mm, mm. I just can't get behind it. Also, once again, women coming to this man's defense. I don't understand it. The amount of people that were defending this man on the internet is appalling to me. So, I can't. I'm not a woman, so I can't really rock so hard for it. But like at the same time, I have witnessed DV in the past, and this only gets worse. It only gets worse. So snip it in the bud now and get rid of it. It is what it is.
I just can't wait for Halle to find her linebacker boyfriend who don't play about her.
Mm.
But he and DDG can't say nothing because he don't want to get his ass whooped. This was not on the list, but y'all gonna keep it tight and right. But be back on 100 verses. So a British girl got online and said that she would have 100 British women versus 100 American women. And to that, my good sister, I say, be so for real. We have television shows dedicated to women beating the shit out of each other for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Most of our current influencer celebrities are on a show called Baddies, where they go to other locations where they can specifically fight each. We don't even need 100 American women because I'm not fighting. And I just need y'all to leave us alone. Like, I just need y'all to leave us alone.
Quick bites. Remember this.
Okay. Next one.
However, before you continue, I did see a British girl talking about, I don't know where they coming from, but leave me out of it. I've seen baddies. Leave me out of it. So anyway, continue.
I've definitely seen a few British people like, hey. Are we talking about the same America? Because there was a trend that was also taking place where redheads are black on social media, where a black woman has stated that redheads are black. Now, it was funny when it started.
Yeah.
But then some of y'all numbnuts started to take it seriously.
Yeah,
and started to talk about phrenology and all this other stuff.
Wow.
And I need y'all to be so for real. I need y'all to be so for real. Okay? Now listen, I am all for solidarity. I'm all for unity. I thought there was a beautiful aspect of it where plenty of redheads came forward and said that they had always felt ostracized by white people, and they faced their own little biases where people asked them, do the curtains match the drapes? And apparently a lot of them think of the word ginger as a slur. It was beautiful to see people, have a moment where they're like, oh my God, being accepted by a black community or being seen as, it was funny. It was cute. And I was like, oh, look at black people being black. Sinners just came out, y'all.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. Like I do feel for them a little bit. However, like you said, it was a joke, and the internet just takes everything to the next level all the time. Like some of the stories from some of the people with red hair were pretty sad, and like the fact that they were bullied their whole lives and all that really, like, I mean, it definitely touched something for me. However, one of them was explaining, or I don't know if this person was trying to garner support or to be facetious or whatever it was, but he was talking about how, someone came up to me once when gingers became a thing that supposedly I think South Park came up with that or something like that, and they all think, a lot of them think that it's a slur because if you blend the letters a little bit, it turns out to be the slur for, what they call us black people. And so, that's where he was trying to find some sort of like commonality, or like put the Venn diagrams
He's
together or
serious because he
something like
started
that.
crying.
So I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot. I'll say that. Let's let's move on. I
Yeah.
think it's
Let's wrap it up.
time. I think it's time. I
It's
think
time to
it's
wrap it
time.
up,
I
okay?
think it's
Especially
time.
because one of y'all, and I will give Redheads a pat on the back because a lot of them did say out loud, please do not mess this up for all of us, because this community has been kind enough to open
Right.
their arms to us. Do not mess this up. And of course, one person did mess it up because he decided he was going to lean into the black fathers disappearing, not being in the home trope, and he was immediately ostracized. But
Yeah.
let's wrap it up. It was cute.
Yeah.
It was funny. One last thing before we wrap this up for real. This is just the ancestors are not playing this year. This is a very black year. The largest antebellum plantation in Louisiana has went up in flames and is no longer in existence.
Listen.
Stop playing with us. Stop playing with us. 100 Brits want to buy it. Y'all want to fight us and be our ancestors. The ancestors out here setting plantations on fire.
Something is happening. I'm actually getting a little goosebumps right now talking about it. But like the unrest that's going on right now. If y'all understand just the history of the planet, like Mother Earth does not play. So when Mother Earth feels like she needs a little cleanse, she gonna cleanse. All right. So I just hope that y'all are on the right side of that cleansing when the time comes, because Mother Earth gonna take care of us. I'm just saying.
Ready. She's ready. She's ready. Question for you.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
If two vegetarians get into a fight, is it still called beef?
All right. All right. Philosophy 101. Philosophy 101. Okay. I get you. I get you. We're only doing two today. We're only doing two because we don't got no time. We don't got no time.
All right.
We don't got no time. So I'm gonna probably start with something that's not so ridiculous. No, this one's gonna be a little dark.
Okay.
Little dark. This one dark.
Gosh.
What do you call a dog with no legs?
Oh. A hot dog?
Don't matter. He won't come. Sorry, if you're just catching this quick bite show, it gets even worse on the bigger show. So you might want to just check us out there too.
How do you spot a blind guy at a nudist beach?
I think I said something like this. It's something to do with he's the only one that's not excited or something like that.
It's not hard.
It's not hard, yeah. Okay, all right. And my last one. What does the mafia and pussies have in common?
Oh my God. Oh. He said quick bites. He didn't say quick bites with some spice. Oh my God. Oh, what do they have in common, Ryan? Oh my God.
One slip of the tongue and you're in deep shit.
Oh my God.
Bye.
Oh, bye. Not the confetti.
Virgo season!